Hi, I'm Brian Koski with Wexco Septic Safe Products. Today we're going to install a Filtrol 160. Now before you get started, you need to verify a few things in your installation area. You need to make sure that you have at least 12 inches wide by 18 inches tall to mount the Filtrol for ease of removing the lid for maintenance. The second thing you need to verify is the discharge hose diameter on your washing machine. Most washing machines either have a 3/4 inch, a 1 inch, or 1.25 inch inside diameter discharge hose. The Filtrol comes standard with a 1 inch diameter barb fitting to connect to your discharge hose. If you have a 3/4 inch or 1.25 inch discharge hose, you'll need to order a separate fitting kit on septicsafe.com in order to install the Filtrol. The last thing you need to verify is that you have no more than 45-degree angle from the bottom of the Filtrol to your discharge point in a laundry tub or into your standpipe on the wall. The Filtrol can be installed either on drywall or concrete walls. If you're installing on drywall, what you want to verify is the stud location. In this installation, the stud is easy to find because we can see the gap in the drywall. If you have a totally finished and painted wall where you can't easily identify the stud, you'll need to use a stud finder to find the location of that to mount the Filtrol bracket securely. Now, if your Filtrol needs to be mounted in a location where a stud isn't exactly right where the bracket is, you can utilize a piece of plywood to mount the Filtrol to the plywood and then off-center screw to the stud. So the next thing you're going to want to do now that we've identified the stud location is we're going to place the Filtrol on the wall and mark the top approximately where you want to install the bracket. Then we're going to take the Filtrol canister out of the bracket and secure it up with wood screws onto the stud. The next step is to take the Filtrol canister out of the box, remove the lid, take the filter bag out, and access the fittings that come with Filtrol in the bag, supplied bag. If you have trouble getting the Filtrol lid off, there are 2 slots on the side of the Filtrol where you can fit a screwdriver in to pry the lid up open. Then we're going to install Teflon tape on the barb 90 on the lid. And then you'll just want to tighten it down hand tight so that we don't break any fittings. And then the straight barbed fitting goes in the bottom of the canister. Just tighten it hand tight. Now that we have the barb fittings installed, we're going to go ahead and put the filter bag back in the Filtrol canister and put the lid on. And then we're going to go ahead and install it in the wall mount bracket. And go ahead and place the lid clips on to hold it in place. Now we're ready to go ahead and install the discharge hose. What you'll want to do is place the supplied stainless steel pipe clamps over the hose. Firmly push the discharge hose onto the barb fitting. And then tighten down the stainless steel clamp over the barb fitting. Go ahead and firmly push up the discharge hose onto the fitting. And we'll go ahead and tighten up the hose clamp. Now that the Filtrol is installed, we need to go ahead and test the hoses and fittings for leaks. So we're going to fill up the washing machine, run a drain cycle, and watch to make sure there aren't any leaks on the fittings or hoses. It appears as though our Filtrol doesn't have any leaks. If you happen to notice leaks on your Filtrol when you test it, you're going to want to verify the thread connections on the top and bottom to make sure the Teflon tape is on there and that they're tightened down properly. You're also going to want to double check the discharge hose connection to make sure the hose clamp is tight enough. Or if it is leaking, we do supply a small piece of plumber's putty that you can place on the barb fitting in case the corrugated hose is not sealing down tight enough. Well, that about does it. If you have any other additional questions, go ahead and refer to the manual or feel free to give us a call. Thank you for watching.